We are living beyond our means, our cities are bursting at the seams, our highways are choked with traffic, and our shopping malls are filled with people buying more and more. This relentless consumption is taking a toll on our planet. Our planet is groaning under the weight of our consumption. Factories belch out pollution, landfills overflow with waste, and forests are being cut down at an alarming rate. The natural world is struggling to keep up with our demands. Every year we devour more resources than the earth can replenish. Logging trucks carry away ancient trees, mining operations scar the landscape, and commercial fishing depletes our oceans. We are consuming our planet's resources faster than they can be renewed. This is not sustainable. This is a recipe for disaster. Droughts leave the earth cracked and dry. Deforestation leaves the land barren, and pollution chokes our rivers. And the signs of our unsustainable practices are everywhere. Scientists warn of rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and mass extinctions. Coastal areas are being eroded by waves, hurricanes are becoming more frequent and intense, and species like polar bears are struggling to survive as their habitats melt away. The evidence is all around us. Wildfires rage, floods devastate communities, and glaciers melt at an alarming rate. These events are not isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern of environmental degradation. We are on the brink of irreversible damage. Coral reefs are bleaching, Arctic ice is shrinking, and the earth is parched and cracked under the relentless heat. If we do not change our ways, the damage will be permanent. The time for complacency is over. People are taking to the streets, activists are speaking out, and the clock is ticking. We must listen to these voices and recognize the urgency of the situation. We can no longer afford to ignore the warning signs. Melting ice caps, endangered species, and extreme weather events are all telling us the same thing. We need to act now. We must act now, with urgency and determination, to change our ways and embrace a more sustainable way of life. Renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, sustainable agriculture, and conservation efforts are all steps in the right direction. Together we can make a difference and ensure a healthier planet for future generations. Sustainable living is often painted as a radical, inconvenient lifestyle choice, but this is far from the truth. At its core, sustainable living is about living in a way that meets our needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It's about reducing our impact on the planet. It's about consuming less and wasting less. It's about making conscious choices that prioritize the health of our planet and the well-being of all people. Sustainable living is not about deprivation. It's about finding joy in simplicity, in connecting with nature, and in building a better future for ourselves and our children. One of the biggest obstacles to widespread adoption of sustainable living is the myths that surround it. These myths create confusion and hesitation, preventing many from taking the first step towards a more sustainable lifestyle. Let's dismantle these myths one by one and uncover the truth behind sustainable living. Myth number 1. Sustainable living is too expensive. Many people believe that adopting eco-friendly practices and products will break the bank. Reality, many sustainable choices save money in the long run. Investing in energy-efficient appliances, for example, can significantly reduce your utility bills over time. Think energy-efficient appliances, reusable products, and growing your own food. These actions not only help the environment, but also lead to substantial savings. Myth number 2, it's too hard to make a difference. The sheer number of eco-friendly choices can be overwhelming, making it seem like individual efforts are insignificant. Reality, every small action counts. Simple acts like picking up litter, using a reusable water bottle, or choosing public transportation can collectively make a big impact. By making conscious choices in our daily lives, we collectively create a ripple effect that can lead to significant change. Community efforts like participating in a local garden or recycling program amplify these individual actions. Myth number 3, sustainable options aren't available to everyone. It's a common belief that sustainable products and practices are only accessible to those in urban areas or with higher incomes. Reality, while access and affordability vary, there are always steps we can take no matter our circumstances. Shopping at farmers markets, using community compost bins, and supporting local businesses are just a few examples. From reducing food waste to supporting local businesses, every effort matters. Even small changes like properly storing leftovers or choosing to buy from local markets contribute to a more sustainable future. Education and awareness are key. By learning more about sustainable practices and sharing this knowledge with others, we can break down these barriers and make sustainable living a reality for everyone. Together we can debunk these myths and pave the way for a greener, more sustainable world. Every action, no matter how small, brings us one step closer to a healthier planet. The consequences of inaction are dire. Our planet is showing signs of distress, and the evidence is all around us. From barren landscapes to dried up riverbeds, the signs are unmistakable. The withered trees and dry fields are a stark reminder of the urgency of the situation. As we continue to deplete our natural resources and pollute our planet, the damage becomes more apparent. Deforestation is stripping our earth of its vital lungs, while polluted rivers choke the life out of aquatic ecosystems. Factories emitting thick smoke contribute to the ever-growing problem of air pollution, affecting both our health and the environment. We are creating a future fraught with challenges. Children gaze at polluted city skylines, their futures uncertain. Families in drought-stricken areas worry about their next meal and access to clean water. These are not isolated incidents, but a growing trend that threatens the well-being of future generations. Climate change will lead to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptions to ecosystems. Flooded city streets and the aftermath of hurricanes are becoming more common, while melting glaciers contribute to rising sea levels that threaten coastal communities. The balance of our ecosystems is being disrupted, leading to unforeseen consequences. These environmental changes will have devastating social and economic consequences. Homes destroyed by natural disasters leave families homeless and vulnerable. Farmers survey their damaged crops, uncertain of their livelihoods. People stand in line for food aid, a stark indication of the growing food insecurity. Food security will be threatened, water scarcity will increase, and the availability of essential resources will become more limited. Empty supermarket shelves and dry, cracked farmlands are becoming more common sights. People are forced to collect water from dry wells, highlighting the severity of water scarcity. Mass displacement will become more common as people are forced to leave their homes due to natural disasters and environmental degradation. Refugees walk with their belongings, seeking safety and stability. Crowded refugee camps become temporary homes for those displaced by the changing climate. The most vulnerable among us will bear the brunt of these impacts. Elderly individuals in flood-affected areas, children in drought-stricken regions, and impoverished communities in polluted areas are the ones who suffer the most. They have the least resources to adapt and recover from these challenges. We have a moral imperative to act. Activists are raising their voices, demanding climate action. Communities are coming together to plant trees and restore natural habitats. Volunteers are cleaning beaches, removing the trash that pollutes our oceans. We cannot stand idly by while our planet and our future generations inherit a world ravaged by our unsustainable practices. A child holding a globe symbolizes the hope and responsibility we have for the future. People holding signs for climate justice remind us of the urgent need for change. A diverse group planting trees together shows that collective action can make a difference. It is our duty to ensure a sustainable and thriving planet for all. Section 5. Small steps, big impact, easy ways to embrace sustainability. The good news is that there are countless ways to incorporate sustainable practices into our lives. Start small and gradually build upon your efforts. Reduce your carbon footprint by walking, cycling, or using public transportation whenever possible. Choose energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs. Conserve water by taking shorter showers and fixing leaks promptly. Embrace a plant-based diet or reduce your meat consumption. Support local farmers and businesses. Reduce waste by composting, recycling, and saying no to single-use plastics. Section 6, the health factor, how sustainable living benefits you. Sustainable living is not just about protecting the planet, it's also about improving our own health and well-being. By reducing our exposure to pollution, eating healthier food, and connecting with nature, we can enhance our physical and mental health. Walking and cycling instead of driving improves cardiovascular health and reduces stress levels. Growing your own food provides fresh, nutritious produce free from harmful pesticides. Spending time in nature has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve mood. When we prioritize sustainable practices, we create a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life for ourselves and our families. Section 7, Sustainable Living, a collective responsibility. Tackling the environmental challenges we face requires a collective effort. We need individuals, communities, businesses, and governments to work together to create a more sustainable future. Support policies that promote renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and responsible consumption. Hold corporations accountable for their environmental practices. Educate yourself and others about the importance of sustainability. Together, we can create a powerful movement for change. Our collective actions, no matter how small they may seem, have the power to transform our world. Section 8, Finding Your Power, Becoming an Agent of Change. Never underestimate the power of one. Each of us has a role to play in creating a more sustainable future. Embrace your power as a consumer, a citizen, and a member of your community. Make conscious choices about the products you buy, the companies you support, and the way you live your life. Vote for leaders who prioritize environmental protection. Speak out about the issues that matter to you. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Inspire others to join you on this journey towards a more sustainable and equitable future. Section 9, A Sustainable Future, Our Choice, Our Legacy. The path we choose today will determine the world we leave behind for future generations. We can continue down the unsustainable path of overconsumption and environmental degradation, or we can choose a different future. We can choose a future where we live in harmony with nature, where we prioritize the well-being of all people, and where we leave a healthy planet for generations to come. The choice is ours. Let us choose wisely. Let us choose sustainability. Let us choose a future filled with hope, resilience, and a deep reverence for the planet we call home.